Hi everyone in Virginia. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Kathy Maher. I am the director of the Barnum Museum here in beautiful Bridgeport, Connecticut. We're about an hour outside of New York City, and it is the home of the legendary P.T. Barnum. Thanks to Brooke Adams, who contacted me a few months ago, informed me of a small but very distinctive story about P.T. Barnum during his 1830s travels through Virginia, staying at the Hanover Tavern. I read this story many, many years ago. Barnum's Autobiography is dense, it is thick with stories and information. If you ever have an opportunity, do read it. But I was like, Hanover Tavern, and she and I both went back, and sure enough, when Mr. Barnum was in his 20s, so he was not the iconic P.T. Barnum that we all think of today. Long before his circus enterprises came to him, he was trying his hand at being a shopkeeper at his birth home in Bethel, Connecticut, north of here, going to New York City, worked in the lotteries. They were sanctioned by the church and state at the time, but he finally went on tour with Old Term, a rusty itinerant show person, and it was a company of about 36, and they were traveling through where you are today, and a deal for the entire company to stay at the Hanover Tavern where meals were going to be served, and they would have their room overnight. Well, apparently it was a horrible rainstorm, and they had to move on. They had to move on quickly to get to their next generation, and the shopkeeper, the innkeeper, refused to budge and negotiate any type of deal, seeing how the entire group had to leave early. So, not Barnum, it was Turner who said, fine, you have to serve us our dinner at this time. Half an hour later, we get our full lunch, no skimping, and then we all go to bed and we wake up and we have a breakfast, all within a couple of hours. And Barnum learned that some things in life are just hysterical. And he writes that the entire company of 36 performers and roustabouts were just in stitches over this, because that's exactly what happened. They got their full deal, all 3 meals within a few hours. In that time, they also went to bed, got out of bed, and went down, and off they went. And it's a page blip in Barnum's autobiography, and it's just so funny, because it's that moment you realize Barnum, even as a young man, saw joy in all situations and circumstances, no matter how ridiculous it was. And I want to thank you for enlightening me to learn that the Hanover Tavern is still there, and you're still enjoying this story. So I'm happy to bring that to you. The Barnum Museum, like I said, we're going through a major renovation here. The building was hit with a tornado a number of years ago. It totally doesn't happen in Connecticut, but there we are. And your kindness and your support, giving us the opportunity to make you aware of the Barnum Museum, is just a joy, and I thank you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful time at this event, and I hope to visit you sometime, and when we're reopened, you're all welcome here. We'll share the stories together. Thank you so much. Take care.